I got an invitation to come to Russia, and my organizer said that if I want, I can bring some friend with me, and friend will just take care of the ticket, and rest we will take care of it. So I have a friend in Bombay, Maharani. I asked her, "You want to come to Russia?" And she got excited. She said, "Yes, yes, I come with you." And I told her, "You have to come to Delhi and we will fly together." And she agreed for it. So everything was arranged, tickets were booked, visa is done, and then we both go to the airport, book our luggage. And in immigration, Rani went ahead of me and she was through. And when I went through immigration, the immigration officer looked at my passport and he said, "You can't go to Russia." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Have you seen your passport? In the end of the passport, there was some stamp. My passport had some restrictions of some countries." And he said, "No, you can't go." And I'm wondering how you have gone to Australia. So I said, "Well, if I can go to Australia, you allow me to go to Russia." But he said, "No, I have seen it, so I can't allow you." So I just closed my eyes for a minute, and this feeling came, and I told him, "I want to see the officer who's your boss." And he said, "Yes, you can go across all the counters. In the end, there is a cabin. You go there." So I went there. I went there. In that cabin, there were already many people, and there was quite a noise. People are shouting. Atmosphere was not good. And the counter outside the cabin, nobody was there. So I thought, let me try from here. Maybe I can go in. So I went on that counter and gave him my passport. And this immigration officer has already put it in computer. So this man opens the computer and he said, "No, no, you can't go to Russia." And I said, "Okay, give me my passport back. I want to see the officer." He said, "No, no, no seeing the officer. I am the officer and I have the authority to decide." And he started filling some form. And I was feeling helpless, like what to do. And their other man was there, both were discussing something. And then he says, "You are going back home," he told me. And I talked to Osho. I said, "Your lovers have gathered there and I'm not allowed. I don't have any desire to go there. So if I'm not allowed, I'll go back home and sleep. So now you decide what is to be done." And in the meantime, Rani went to that counter and asked this officer, "Where is my friend who was with me?" And he told her that she can't go. She has gone there to see the officer. And Rani is very much powerful woman. And she shouted at him. And he shouted so loudly, and I don't know what she said, but this man got shaken and he came to looking for me. He left his counter and came looking for me. And he saw me, I'm standing near another counter. And he said, "What you are doing here? You have to go and see the officer." So I played like an innocent woman, not knowing where I am. So he talked to that man and took my passport back and told me, "Now go in, talk to this officer." And in the meantime, there was silence. Everybody was gone. So I went in and he gave me his counter number to me. I went in and this officer said, Yes, madam. And I said, well, I have a valid visa, return ticket, and I don't understand. I'm told I can't go to Russia. And he looked at my passport. He said, who says you can't go to Russia? I said, from that counter I'm coming. So he called them and said, why you are holding this woman? Release her immediately. She can go to Russia. He didn't see the last page of the passport. So I came back there, and this officer was so cool. He told me, you go and sit there, and I bring your passport there. And he was asking me, you would like to drink something? I said, no, I'm fine. And he did the whatever entries were to be done, and he came back and he gave my passport. And he said, when you come back, get your passport fixed rightly, otherwise you will be in trouble again. So that way, I went to Russia, my first trip. It was a mystery how this whole situation worked. And when we come back from Russia, there is a sannyasin who is working at the airport. He is on some post, officer's post. He knew I am coming by this flight, so he was there near the immigration. And he helped me to come out immediately from immigration, and he took me to his office to have a little rest there. And I told him what happened when I was leaving for Russia. And he said, okay, I'm coming to the center and I will get everything fixed for you. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. So he came, took my passport, and he said, well, this passport has still Pune address. Let me change the address also, and your passport is going to expire in a few months. So I make a new passport for you, new address. So he did everything for me. And one day he came and he said, he called me first and then came, and he said, you have to come with me just to the passport office to sign only. He did everything. And he took me in his car, and there were big lines there. But he just took me from the back side and took my signature and got my passport and brought me back to the center. So experiencing all these things, I feel like if you trust existence and you don't have your personal desires, you want to do this or you want to go there, it should be like this. If you just let go and relax, then I had a lot of experiences. Things start happening. And so I never worry about anything. I have this trust in my heart. Whatever happens is okay for me.